And Gordon, I really want to get your thoughts on these comments from Janet Yellen, which seems to fly in the face of further threats from China, not just with Taiwan, but also with their relationship with Russia.
I think Janet Yellen is really kidding herself. What it appears to be from the Chinese point of view is that the United States is desperate to talk. And so, therefore, the Chinese are taking advantage of it. And we're actually emboldening Beijing. And we've seen this over the last week with not only the intercontinental ballistic missile that was fired in the direction of the U.S., but also this missile barrage in the last couple days in China's inland provinces, which was obviously a message to Taiwan and Japan. So right now, Beijing is signaling it wants to go to war. That's not to say there will be war, but the point is that we're not stopping it, and we're not sending the correct signals to the Chinese.
Liz Peek, jump in here. I also want to get your thoughts about these comments from Janet Yellen, because, you know, the Biden administration has over and over made these repeated attempts to have this dialogue with China, and it doesn't seem to be working.
The question is, Gordon, what do we want from a dialogue with China? And is there any actual program that's been laid out by this administration? I mean, they're very critical of Donald Trump's tariffs and the effort to put a hold on Chinese exports, which, by the way, are booming. What does Janet Yellen want, and what has she done to get it?
Well, you know, she has said, look, yes, we're competitors with China, but there are critical areas where we can and must compete. And that has been the mantra of this administration. But it just hasn't worked. You know, it sounds good to the ear, Liz, if you listen to it. But the point is, as we've been talking, as we've been sending our senior officials to Beijing one by one, then, you know, the Chinese behavior has deteriorated across the board. And now the region looks at the United States and just questions our leadership because they can see that what we're doing does not work.